a bloody gloomy one, I'll give you that. So I want to make this nice and quick on the exterior. So the plan over the next couple of videos is going to be to build the boot build. Now, not for any massively particular reason, but I just think it would be good to prep the area, a bit of preventative maintenance, and I just all round bit of OCD really. I know I don't need to, the boards are going to cover it, you'll never see it, and realistically, same with me staying in the wood. The wood's going to outlast my ownership of the car. It's inside, it's good solid wood, it's dry. My thing is, just in case I spill anything, say I spill something on the back, I then know that all I need to do is clean the carpet and the wood's going to be okay. It's not going to have soaked into the wood and start eating it. I've got a load of engine oil back in the unit, so I'm just going to stain it with that. Let's get in the car. So, a little bit less ideal because I have the driver's side chair here, but I can't put it outside, so I have to sort of lean it on the chair, prop it up against the roof and hope that it doesn't basically break anything. But we're going to hoover up, move some wires, start scrubbing, expose any potential rust, surface rust, you know, just anything. I'll show you the sections that I'm on about, get them all cleaned up, and then I'll hit them with a bit of gloss black. So I've given it a bit of a once over. I've literally just scuffed up the areas. There's nothing that's really very hard. I'm not gonna like grind it all back to nothing. We'll put a bit of rust treatment on it just so it doesn't get any worse, and then we'll go from there. I believe a lot of it will come from water getting in and sort of resting around this area, just moisture and things like that. But it's all flat, it's all smooth, there's nothing horrible there. And like I say, I've give it a good bloody scrub and a bit of good of a poke as well in certain areas where I thought potentially there could be something, but there isn't. Still fairly simple. Ah dear. So I'm covered in paint, but everything's looking nice. It's drying well. I've just moved over to the side now, so I've got the driver's seat back in its original position. I've made sure it's not touching any paint. I'm going to let it dry for a little bit. I'm going to have a sip of the old Beveragino, and I'm going to continue to eat the forgotten remains of my Easter egg and let this dry. So then the next stage now is we're going to get the door card on, because I want the boot build to follow the contour of the door card, because I don't want to have to cut them. When I get to the stage where I want a cage, then I'm more happy to cut the door card, but until then, for now, I want to try and maintain it as best as possible. They're not in the best of condition. You can see that they've been hit with like duct tape and stuff. It's one of them. I'll deal with it for what it is, for what it's worth. If I have to put a bit of spray adhesive down and tack them back together at a later date, then we'll do that. But let's get them back on and let's crack on. Look at that for a transition. Probably terrible, but let me show you this bit. So what the door card allows for is a little bit of flex there. I've got my cardboard, and what I want realistically is I want it to marry up flush with this edge, right? Now, hood sick, uncontrollable sneezing. Anyway, now if this is one solid piece, it actually works still. It doesn't foul on anything, and it still gives me the overhang because this is pushing it out. I'll show you what I mean. So if you look here, you'd think that there's a massive contour there where the lower half of the seatbelt connects for the rears, but with the door cards it straightens that out and gets rid of it, so it's actually just one rectangle. So I might not even need to space it here. I might not need to, but we'll see. I might just have a little bit of wood there just to raise it, because I don't know, because the MDF is going to be sort of, it's about 10 mil, so it's quite thick as it is. So I'll probably just layer it with a bit of sound deadening carpet on the top, have that underneath, and it should be fairly alright. I'll do a mix of no nails and screws going in, so I've got rigidity with a little bit of flex, because obviously it'll move, but it'll also help with the stability and stiffness of the car. And it was never going to be like the best finish, the best like paint job, because it's not supposed to be a paint job. It's just supposed to tidy up the edges. So if there was, for any reason, that you were like taking stuff out, or like, you know, I lifted the board up or whatever, I'm just not looking at orange. And that's all it was. Bit of a scrub down, bit of paint, happy days. So with that being said, I'm going to throw the other door card on. I'm going to leave the cardboard in here, and I'm just going to measure how many of these little squares of cardboard I'm going to need, plus the extras. And then tomorrow, when the rain stops, hopefully, I can just cut out my piece. Cut out my piece, a little bit big, and then stain it, and then get it fitted. So for today, I'm going to end it here, because you don't need to see me put the other door card on. You don't need to see me measure up the cardboard, because you'll see it when I cut it. So for this instalment, I'm going to end it here. I feel like we've done a decent amount. Everything I wanted to do at this stage, given the weather and everything. So I'm happy with that. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.